Yo, yo, yo. How we doing? Let me take my headphones off. I've got the music set. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me turn it down a bit. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Can you hear me? Old blood nose. Old blood nose. Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I appreciate you spending the time. I've got a creaky chair. I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so I'm the sort of person I'll buy a chair until I'm literally sat on the floor, and then I'll probably give it another couple of months sitting on the floor, and then I might consider starting the process of looking for a chair. I'm too cheap, so if you hear my chair squeaking, it's just my chair. How we doing? I sound great. Oh, fair play. Old blood nose. Oh, but yeah, we got a petition, and it's making some grounds, to be fair. I think it's about 11,000 an hour, which is quite impressive for a petition. Yeah, and we'll go into it more as we go on, including who made it, the black belt barrister. And yeah, it seems to be one of those ones where it's just a bit old-fashioned, you know, having to pay someone to get your court transcripts. You'd wonder why you'd have to pay for it, especially in this day and age when they can just like transcribe it for free. I know it's not perfect, but the editing software that I use is called DaVinci Resolve, and you can transcribe for free in that. I was doing a little bit of research before the live stream. I didn't want to come to a live stream with no research. That's bad manners, isn't it? And they were saying it can cost upwards of £3.50 per page. And sorry, there's a cat that comes in every so often. It made it sound like it was going to be sick, and it looked at me, I looked at it, and it walked off. It's fine. But yeah, up to £3.50 a page. Can you imagine that? Paying for court transcription. You've been in a traumatic situation, and the court's like, yeah, we'll get you that transcription, but it's going to cost £3.50 per page. And you know, I'd spoken as a rambler myself. You know, I've been known to ramble. You know, a couple 6-hour live streams in the under the belt. I'm sure people can ramble in court. You know, yeah, so £3.50 a page for the court transcripts. That's not a set price. It was saying up to. But £3.50 per page for court transcripts. In fact, I think I still got the tab here. Yeah, typical rates £1.50 to £3.50 per page, and a full day hearing can easily run between £500 to £2,000. Short hearings might be £100 to £300, but I get it's like it'd be a lot of not many pages. Member for 16 months. I appreciate that. Oh, it's been a fun 16 months. Not to get sidetracked on the petitions, right? But I saw the other day that I passed 1,500 videos, and I don't mean to be like anti-females or whatnot, but honestly, 1,500 videos has gone by like that. Arguing with the missus for 10 minutes is like, oh, Jesus Christ. To the point, like I said, arguing for 10 minutes with the missus versus making 1,500 YouTube videos. Oh, it's been so much fun making the videos. You know, I'd rather make the videos than moan with the missus. So, yeah, I'm forever married to Britain. There is no relationships. But going back to the court hearings. So, like I said, up to £3.50 per page. Probably even if they have to translate it. That's the word I was looking for. And you're right, it is cool again. And then you've got the time as well waiting for the transcript, which is again the last thing that you want when you've had that court case, you've had that negative situation happen to you, and it's going to take a couple of weeks, and you're trying to launch, a counterclaim or it's something like that, and you can't do it because you've got to wait a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, like I was saying, DaVinci Resolve, um, if you give it 10 minutes, it's going to take about 30 seconds to transcribe it, and it's free. It's not perfect, but it capitalizes things. It understands place names. Yeah, it's pretty decent to be fair. Got Jimmy in the chat. Oh, salutes to Jimmy. It's not the real one. I can't assure you, to be fair. I like to make sure that everything I say is credible. And I don't know. I'm 99% sure that's not the real Jimmy. Only 99% though. We should get a poll. Let me try and set a poll up. Not a Polish person. Let me try and set that one up. One sec. Is the music too high or too low? Let me turn it down. I always like to go too low as opposed to too high. As opposed to life, where it's always better to be high. No matter the situation. Let me set a poll up. Start a poll. Should transcripts be free? Yes, no. Let me add a not sure. Someone said that to me once years ago on a poll result. They said you should add a not sure. And I thought to myself, oh crap, that's a good idea. And it's crazy how someone can say, I don't even know who it was. He could be here now. But someone said that to me once. Yeah, and it really really stuck with me. They were like, you should add a not sure option for the people that aren't sure, rather than just skipping past it. Jimmy has aura. Oh man. Oh, I'm not wearing it now, but I can see it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've got the Epstein quarter zip hoodie. I bought it. It'd be pointless me putting it. I can literally see it now. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, it was 36 quid for the Epstein quarter zip hoodie, not hoodie, like the zip up sort of jacket, the branded jacket that Epstein wore. It was 36 quid on people were sort of with Instagram pages and things like that. But I found it on AliExpress for 18, and I was like, you got yourself a sale there. Walking around like Epstein in the branded jacket for summer 2026. They've got themselves a sale. Yeah, the one with the USA. I mean, there's no point wearing it because you can't hear it. But that's it. That's the sound. Where's the zip? That's the sound of the zip on the Epstein hoodie. It's it's funny. It's a meme. Yeah, it's the sort of things you can do now that since I've been made redundant from work. If I turned up to work in that, even though it's just a jacket, during winter. Yeah, I found it on AliExpress. If anyone's looking to buy it, I'm not no branding or nothing, but yeah, you can get the white version. I've worn it to Tesco. Where I was with my daughter. We was it Tesco? Was it B&M? I think it was Tesco. Yeah, all good. No drama. No drama. I showed my parents, and my mum was like, "That's quite a nice hoodie." I was like, "Yeah." Clearly, she doesn't spend enough time on the internet, because every mate that I've shown it to has said, "You can't wear that." I absolutely can wear it. I absolutely can. You still hear the music? Is it still? Let me check. I don't think it's playing. Is that music playing? And, music is nice. Yeah, no, definitely. Since I've started using music in my videos, it's just so much fun because it's like if you don't use sound in video editing, if you don't use sound, you sort of leave an emotion on the table. Like you don't need to be told that it's a tense scene, right? But if there's like, if there's like clown music in the background, like it's sort of like it sort of gives you that sense that it's not a serious situation. Whereas when you can hear, sirens or crows, like deep drums, like that, when you can hear those, it lets you know that it's a serious situation, and it really sets the scene. Yeah, I really like using music and sound effects. Yeah, 10 tons of fun. And also video editing. I don't know if you've seen the video that I released about an hour ago. But I just really like video editing. It's like you're given just like a blank slate. Obviously I'll do the screen recording, but like that's my blank slate, and then it's just what can I add to it to make it more fun? Like a floating starmer, or an article sketched onto the wall or something like that. It's it's always 10 tons of fun. Now here's a good point. Someone said about the court petitions, if you make stuff free of charge, people will abuse it. So a little fee for the admin. You know what? So I used to work like call centers and things like that, and it would be like a SAR request, subject of access request, and sorry, I wonder what that noise was. It sounded dramatic, and it was the music playing for the stream, confirming that it is very much dramatic music. So we would do a subject of access request, right? And I think it was like £1.50, and it was just such a small nominal fee, as they say. But the fact that there was a fee, it cut out the riffraff. And maybe, if you have a court, let me turn that music down. If you have like a court situation, maybe you want the transcript, just for the fun. And yeah, so maybe maybe MQ/SSS. I salute you. The voice of reason at this point in time, not Belfield. Yeah, fair play. Maybe it would cut out some sort of riffraff. Music sounds something like a horror film. It really does. It really does. It's just, oh God, Xmas is just never leaves me alone. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, it is alive. This is as live as it gets. God damn. Oh, people. Right, I'm gonna mute that. She can go away. She can swivel. Yeah, no, it is alive. I love a good petition. Look at that. 109,999. That's quite a moment. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on with a live. Truth be told, this is an exclusive first. I might be getting a cold. Which on one hand is awful, but on the other hand, I'm currently uploaded until the 11th of March, which means that unless this cold lasts for 31 days, we're going to be okay. You imagine that, uploaded until the 31st of March. That's crazy. Someone said he's behind you. Better bloody not be. Still looked though. But no, you imagine that, uploaded until the 31st of March. And it's beautiful for so many reasons, right? The main one is that if I see some weak video, because I used to make them we'll get back to the transcripts in a moment, but I used to make the videos on the day, every day. So like I'd wake up and I think, what's happened? I've got to get a video out. And at that point in time, early on, it'd take about 2 to 3 hours to make a video. So like, let's say, and this is what my competition would still do, is let's say it gets to like, 4 or 5 PM and they're like, they made a video, yeah, it's 4 or 5 PM. And they'll find some weak article and make a video about that, right? Because it's like late in the day, they've got to get something out. They can't, got to get something out. So they'll make some weak video about some weak article that they don't truly believe in. But because I'm uploaded now until the 31st of March, it means that I can sit there and just like swipe left, swipe left, swipe left, and I could be like, "Yep, that's a good one." And yeah, so it just means that if you see me upload a video, it means that it's that good that it's worthy enough to come ahead of those 30 videos. Which yeah, I'm never gonna just upload nothing for the sake of it. I'm not here for the money. Most of these, I'll be honest, most of these videos just make a couple of quid, like 2-3 quid. But I gotta say, I'm not here for the 2 or 3 quid. I'm not going to tell you my financial situation. I'm not rich or anything like that. I'm real stringent, cheap, sob. But I don't mind if they make 2 or 3 quid. I'm having a blast. They can't get rid of me. You'd have to physically peel me off. Physically peel me off. I honestly, I don't care if they make a couple of quid. This is fun. You get to speak to thousands of people. That's priceless. I should pay them. I should pay YouTube for the access for that. The fact that they'll just give you a couple of quid, that's bang on. But yeah, no, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to spread a message. Let me have a drink. Yeah, no, it's quite fun. And truth be told, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm such a money orientated person, but I've done it for 15 years now. You know, be good with money, and it's just this is the one thing where I really don't have to I'll make these videos. I'll sit there and I'll spend 2 hours of my evening making one video that will make 4 quid because it's just I had fun. It's all the sound of ding ding, and then I've started adding the booze. Oh, oh, it's worth the 2 quid because it's just so much fun. Even though it's a real small income that it provides, it's so much fun because I'm like at the moment I'm like, so when it comes to politicians, and there's real faint in the background, boo, and that's 10 out of 10. It really is 10 out of 10. How did I come up with the name? It's not real. It's not like an original phrase. It's kind of used. There were a couple of ones that I thought of since that I have written down. I don't have them to hand. I could have done something more unique. Truth be told, I didn't really. I think when everyone starts a YouTube channel, they don't quite know the gravity of how large it's going to get to. And I hate to say that I just slapped things together because I didn't. And I'm real stringent on branding and I didn't slap it together. But I didn't spend too long thinking about the name. But I like the name. It's that and it allows you to refer yourself into the third person. So like for example, there's the channel The British Stand. It's not really like an identity. I can say, I'm the clown, honk honk. I can use clown music. I can use circus stuff. I can use juggling puns. I've got all of this at my disposal because of that clown angle. Whereas other people with a more unique name don't. So yeah, I didn't really think too much about the name, even though I'm real strong with branding. But in hindsight, it's sort of I really enjoy it because it's just I get to just sort of poke fun at everyone, whether it's Reform or Conservatives or Labour, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to sit there and build a career and shill and end up on GB News. I don't care. GB News will be lucky to end up on here. It's a privilege that I'll talk about GB News on this channel. They can swivel. Your nicknames are funny. Sudanese Steve always makes me laugh. You know what? That's I get that from my dad. He used to use the phrase Johnny Foreigner like confetti when we were kids. Everyone was a Johnny. If you showed some form of foreignerness, he'd be like, check out Johnny over there, old Johnny Foreigner. So yeah, I get that from my dad. He would call us Johnny Foreigner. And then I thought to myself, maybe that nickname's a bit too harsh. Then I started outsourcing it into things like Sudanese Steve, Libyan Larry, Venezuelan Vince, Colombian Kevin, Peruvian Pete, Papua New Guinea Paul and stuff like that. So yeah, I get the nicknames from my dad. Not the nicknames, but the idea, like the rooted. Some of his jokes, oh my God. Oh, instantly banned if I was to say some of those jokes. Oh, and I'm the same with my kids. My kids know, for example, if my kids were here now and I was to say to them, kids, who is my favorite historical character or who is my favorite person from history? You guys would be shocked because you know damn well who it is. Oh my God. 999. Moving on. Every year around October time, I think it's this guy called Guy Fawkes. Yeah, that'd have been crazy if that had happened, especially if we'd have had footage of that. You imagine that in this day and age, that Guy Fawkes situation. That really would have been crazy. It really would have. Yeah, that's some high level stuff to do that back in the day. I need to know more. You know what? If I get a cold, I might spend tomorrow learning more about geography and history of the UK. Even though I'm quite up to scratch, but I just like if someone says, where's Peterborough? I want to be able to do that. We love famous painters. If you guys could see the wall of memes that I've pinned to my wall above my PC, if I get a police visit, they'll come round to talk to me about the channel, but the second conversation that they'll have will be the wall in my house, and they'll say, "You can't have those on your wall." I'll say, "Yeah, I can. They're just memes." Yeah, some of them are quite mad. I make a start with my euro silver coin. Make it 5. The pound is dropping. Do you have silver coins? Do you invest in silver? If you can, if you do, I can go off on a tangent. I've got some silver coins. I'd like to show them one day, to be fair. I've got quite a bit. I was fortunate enough to be a real nerd when I was 20, and I was buying silver coins. I wish I'd have bought more, but every investment's like that, isn't it? You always, I should have bought more. And it's like, well, yeah, but you tied it. I think I had like 60% of my money was in precious metals. So I don't think I would have put more in hindsight. But yeah, it's crazy what silver's done over the last 2 months. I'd never thought I'd sell any, but I ended up just selling 10 ounces. Paid 14 quid an ounce and sold them for 75 quid an ounce, which is crazy. Didn't think I'd sell them because I was too nostalgic. But when you got like, I've got different brandings of coins, and when you've got 30 odd of like one or each or whatever, you can sell quite a few. But yeah, do the things, people. It's free. But yeah, like the video, and yeah, I appreciate all of you watching as well. It's one of those things, just like humbly and fundamentally, to go from. So before I did YouTube, obviously I would have conversations with people like in my normal life about politics and that, and it would just be like a one-to-one conversation. Whereas this is what I was saying, like I don't even care about the like the 2 or 3 quid or 4 quid or even 5 quid. But some videos might even make 6 quidders. 6 old quidderoonies, fellas. But it's just that ability of speaking to tens of thousands of people. Like that's some exciting stuff, about proper deep subjects with twists. I mean, that's just. I might even just turn the money off. It's just it's fun, and I'm really blessed that I can do it full time now. Now that I was made redundant, I just feel like the whole path of me saving for all of that time and me being frugal and me having basically one pair of jeans for about 7 years. I'd think you were chin wagging about the 420. I'm always chin wagging about the 420. I should have another Royal Mail delivery soon. Speaking of that, but that's legal. I have a legal medical prescription. We're covering all the subjects today: my personal finances, my medical requirements. No, it's I'm all good. I'm all legit. It was just, tell the doc you need it, and the doc gives you it, and you can get it legal. That's the green stuff. If we had people like you in government, clown, this country a bit, but I appreciate that. I'm not sure what I could do. I got more. I'm good at pointing, and I'm good at like advice to people on a personal level. But I'm good at finding problems. I can sniff a good problem out. If someone asks me what to do, I might not know what to do, but I'm the one who sniffed out the problem. Someone else can clean it up. I'll find it. Someone else can clean it up. Some of the freedom of information requests, the responses that I've had, are just astonishing. My favorite one, I think one of my favorites, was finding out that the Department for Energy and Net Zero, out of 250 vehicles, 6 of them were electric. That's one of my favorite FOIs. Department for Energy Net Zero, 250 cars, 6 were electric. Did the left destroy you too? You know what? I don't rely on I think it's different, and I think every YouTuber is going to say that. As cliche as it sounds, I think it's different because I can fund myself full time. I can just continue to make videos left, right, and center. I don't pay anyone to make thumbnails. I do it all. I don't pay anyone to edit. I do it all. So I can, so the beauty is, right? So if I was paying someone to edit my videos, I'd have to require I think I'd pay like £300 per edit for the videos that I make. Could be like about 200 to 300 quid. So we'll call it 300 quid. So every video would have to minimum generate £300. But because I edit myself, I don't care if it makes a fiver. I edited it myself. Do you know what I mean? Like the bill for the editor would be like 300 quid. And the video would generate a fiver, and that ain't gonna fly. Do you know what I mean? You can't balance that. But because I do all of my editing, I can produce a video that's worth 300 quid. If you were to pay an editor, and it doesn't need to do the numbers. Whereas a lot of people, and they've got teams behind them, people they have to pay. My cost per video is literally zero. Costs me time, but I have fun doing this, so the time is irrelevant. When Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, then we can talk about time. But I honestly and I think that is genuinely what sets me apart. I can make a video that will cost £200-300 on the edit, and anyone would have had to have quit long ago. If they're paying £200 to £300 an edit and they're making a fiver, they'd have had to have quit. And that's so no. Long story short, did the left destroy me? I don't think they can, because I just keep popping up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll just keep popping up. Like, not even like none of my ex. You can't get rid of me. I mean, I can't get rid of my exes, but they can't get rid of me either. You're waffling. I'm always waffling. Come on. It's just when I edit the videos, I can edit the wafflings out. Take a 45-minute ramble into 2 minutes. No. They're about 6 minutes down to 5 with the editing. But yeah, so that's a good point there. Let's get back to the court transcription costs. I really think that in this day and age, paying up to £3.50 per page for a court transcription, it really is backwards. Like I was saying at the start, my editing software, DaVinci Resolve, I think actually no, I think it's part of the paid version, but the paid version it was 250 quid for the license, and that's for life. So 250 quid. And the transcription is incredible. The idea that they're going to have to pay someone to do the entire thing, maybe they could get someone to double check it, or get another AI to double check it. That would be one thing to do for the court transcriptions if they want to make them like uh, more authentic and more trustworthy and more believable. If someone's got a weird name or a weird surname, or they're called Mohammed but they spell it Muhammad instead of Mohammed, and they start kicking off because they got their name wrong on the court transcription, things like that. But again, for £3.50 per page, that's crazy. If things with the editing get too heated in the House of Clowns, you can still make use of. No, you know what? To be fair, my kids would probably edit very well. But even then, it probably wouldn't be cost effective because I'd feel bad. I'd at least have to give my kids like a tenner to edit my videos, or 15 quid per video, 20 quid or something like that. And again, it wouldn't be cost effective. So yeah, that's the beauty of it, is because it's literally just me. I don't like a good thumbnail. Will cost 10 to 20 quid. You just make it yourself. And I've seen what people pay for, and it's just awful. It's just awful. But yeah, so honestly, I know I've sunk a ton of money, or like the PC, even the licenses for the editing assets and everything like that. But if it saves you time, it's definitely worth the money. Who's attending on the 16th of May? That's a good question. He's had a shaky couple of weeks. Not gonna lie, with his investment post on Twitter. I didn't make a video about that, but I was real tempted. That was reckless. I don't know if many people here have Twitter, but it was a real shady investment platform that he was promoting, as if it was like a guaranteed return. It was like everyone who's done it has made money, and I'm like, ooh, as someone who's been investing now for a decade and a half, it was language that you don't hear when it comes to an investment, and it was really reckless to put out on Twitter. This is Tommy Robinson, to put out on Twitter about 2 weeks ago, encouraging people to invest in a platform with guaranteed returns. Like, come on, mate. I don't care. Even Bruce Willis. I love Bruce Willis. Die Hard. Even if Bruce Willis was to come out of an investment platform, I'd say, look, mate, probably not the best person at the time to take advice from. You make me snot. Thank you very much. I'll put that one in the bag. Fair play. Fair play. Kids these days, I know. Oh, they've been in my face though, but it's nice though. I've just been working around them. Although I'm pretty sure they've given me a cold, which I am furious about. Absolutely, and I'll tell you why I don't like getting colds. Right?
Because people sound like this.
And when they sound like that, it just puts me off. There's a YouTuber, I really like him, but he's called The Professional, and he's quite pronounced when he gets a cold, and it just sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. Yeah, so I'm just looking at some facts here. In fact, let me type in what's the process. I'm guessing they just get someone to. They probably don't do it live. You imagine trying to type live as to what people say. Like, you imagine someone trying to transcribe this YouTube live stream. It'd be very difficult to transcribe that one. Very difficult. So then they decide if you're allowed it. Oh, I suppose it's got to be relevant, isn't it? You receive a quote. Payment is required before the transcription. No payment no payment plans. No discounts for victims. If you cannot pay, the process ends. Once paid, audio is transcribed. Names and sensitive details may be redacted. I mean, that's not really useful. Not really useful, you know? Redacting names and sensitive details. Probably the whole point as to why they're getting the transcription. Turnaround can be days or weeks, depending on what you paid for. I'm guessing court sketches are a little bit more expensive. I'm joking. You usually get a PDF. Why can't they just send the audio? Or maybe that's. I mean, you can't search it really, but yeah, it just makes sense to send the audio rather than transcribing the audio and sending it to you. That's crazy. I wonder if are there any ones that we could request the transcription to that hasn't been done? I don't mind paying. Get a court transcription, like what was his name? Rudakabana? Oh, Rudakabana. Get his transcription, but they probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't give it to me. We ain't far away from YouTube police. The way things are going, I know what you mean. It's always risky. When they come around my house and they see the memes above my PC, that's yeah. There's a couple of words in there that are banned. There's a lot about a certain religion. It's quite a scene up there. It's quite a scene. Mustard Cole, just signed. Fair play. Have we got any? Has anyone sent any crazy stories as well for a video recommendation? We got any recommendations on videos? Obviously, you guys are the viewers. You know, you guys know what you guys like and gals. Yeah. Do you have any? Have you seen any crazy stories recently? Anything in the news, or has anyone got like any general tips for the channel as well? You know, not this live stream in particular, but the channel. You know, is the music too loud or too quiet? You know, the editing style, is the editing style too quick? You know, do you want it less flashy? Do you want it more flashy? Oh, I can make it flashier. I'd have to learn. But are there any tips that you got for the channel at all? Anything that you can think of? You can think outside the box. Even if you insult me, that might just be the most level-headed thing that anyone's told me. You know, do you hate the thumbnails? Do you look at the thumbnails and physically throw up? You know, do you reach for the cutlery drawer and make your way to my house when you see my thumbnails because you're that disgusted by them? You know, anything that you can. You know, someone said I speak well. So, SP Hannah. Look, I can't help you there, mate. I ain't got any. I can't help you there. Someone said I speak well. I appreciate that. I always think sometimes I speak too fast, and then I probably end up speaking too slow. Someone put not enough clown. Oh man. YouTube annoyingly only gives the first 3 videos of the day notifications. After that, they don't get notifications. The audience don't, which is really annoying. But yeah, I wish there were more than 24 hours in a day. I really do. Some of your videos could be longer. Maybe give us a bit more detail. Really want your channel to grow. We need people like you on here. I appreciate that. Yeah, longer that's something that I said to myself was one of the key benefits of going full time with this. is that I can do longer videos. My favorite one that I've done so far, I don't know how long it was. 4:55, but that was the. In fact, can I link it in the chat? I'm not sure I can. Yeah. It was the one about the Strata SE1 tower. I'll link it in chat. This one took me about 3 hours to make, I think. It's called Built in 2010, broken ever since. Sorry, I just thought my PC was going to start blasting out Luther Vandross then, which would not have been good for the copyright gods. That's it there, yeah. Built in 2010, broken ever since, London. I really enjoyed making that one. But yeah, I do need to do longer videos. I'll never use mid rolls on a video, so even when they are over 8 minutes, you can rest assured I'm never going to use mid rolls, purely just because my kids. So I've got YouTube Premium on my phone, but my kids don't have it on theirs. And it is brutal, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. It's brutal. When you have to sit there, you just gotten into a video and there's an ad. No one likes that. So I'll never use mid-rolls. I saw once, it was in the YouTube studio, and it was like, increase your revenue by 3% by adding mid-rolls. It's like, you imagine 3% extra for adding mid-rolls. You have to make tens of thousands of people sit through adverts mid-video to make an extra 3%. It's like, no, mate, you can keep that 3%. Like, I'll never forget. I was disgusted when I saw that, because I was like, you telling me every single time I've sat through an advert is because that creator wanted to make 3%? Man, I almost reached for my cutlery drawer. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. Genuinely, it was 3%. It was like, do you want to make 3% extra? Mid-roll ads. Swivel. Afghanistan Alan. Top man. Yeah, I will start making longer videos. I really do. I'm just cautious of time. I don't like to waste time, Obviously I'll fill it with useful stuff. But I just find people just take your time for granted. They tell you to subscribe before they've even told you anything. They're like, hi, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button. I'm like, mate, I don't even know who you are. You're telling me to subscribe. Give me some information. Then tell me to subscribe. I only watch till the ads. Then the amount of videos that I've stopped watching because an ad's come up and I've been like, it ain't worth it. It just, I don't know why so many creators use mid-roll ads to make an extra 3%. Like, that's not a good trade, 3% extra for Rab to never watch more than half of your video. I'd rather have this guy watching all of my video than an extra 3%. Only boomer ads. True. Well, not true. I mean, it's, as someone who was very heavily on LimeWire and WinMX and Napster back in the days, the idea of paying for subscriptions is mental. But I've paid a ton for subscriptions, especially for YouTube. All the stock footage. I think I pay for Shutterstock. I think it's like 800 quid a year. I got it for 300, but the normal is like 800. That's what it will be next year, unless I go out on my camera more. Someone has 4 ad blockers. Oh my god. Oh man. God. Oh. It's advertiser's nightmare. Very difficult for you to get your wallet out. I thought I was a cheapskate. Yeah. Nothing gets delivered to your house, I can imagine. But well, maybe nothing unintentional. Egyptian Errol. Top man. Bahrainian Billy. Oh, Gaza Gareth. Bahrainian Billy. That's quite a funny one. I quite like that one. I will make a list one day and pin it to my wall. I think Sudanese Steve is the go-to because I just think it rhymes a little bit more. The trick is to have the most English-sounding name and then an extremely foreign country like Albanian Albert. Need to go to the shop soon. See my mate Indian Ian. You know he's going to be in there. You know he will be. Indian Ian. Can't get enough of it. Yeah. But this petition as well, it was you can see there, Daniel Shen Smith. That's black belt barrister. Maybe do some live streams. Going for a current event. So here's the question: what would you guys consider like live stream worthy? A current event. In fact, maybe I should just have a look more what the competition are doing. I've usually felt that my strong point is being able to take that few extra seconds to think and then come up with something a little bit more valuable than the off-the-cuff statement. Like, for example, like the only thing I've been able to put on screen now is the map and the thing. You know, I'd like to show you a lot more about court transcriptions and have more on screen. So I don't know. Live streams might not be my strong point. I like to sort of, you know, take an hour or two and edit the video. But I do need to do some more live streams. I really do. I think it's an invaluable way of, because it's just like when I'm making a video, I honestly feel like every second counts, and to just take some time to breathe is quite nice, and not have to constantly sort of have something on the screen. It is nice. You know, so maybe I could start doing that. It's a different sort of format. Live streams, it's a bit more sort of slower paced. Unless you get swatted, then it's a bit more fast paced. Especially if you're quick off the draw and you get them back before they get you. You know, you doing okay? I'm doing okay. There's been a lot of Michael Jackson has been playing since I left work. You know, say what you want about the man, he did nothing to me. So Michael Jackson in this house, he did nothing wrong. You know, Remember the Time by Michael Jackson is just one of the most incredible songs. Do you remember, girl? God. I love your videos, but you can set it to live stream. Yeah, I think you mean that Premiere option. You can do. And then I can sort of appear in the comments. I think it's good, potentially better for a longer video. My videos, as we found out, are usually on the shorter side. Just because I care, like, I'm going to do an impression here of, and I love History Debunked. You know, I think History Debunked is good, right? But 15 seconds in, there's about 2 words, and it's hello again. So today in the Daily Mail, this happened, and I'm like 13 seconds has gone, and he said 2 words, and I've got like 14 pages have appeared on screen. I've done a flip, a somersault, a 360. I've got the skateboard out. I'm doing ollies. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my videos might be a bit too fast paced. But someone will come like, I saw one once, and he's History Debunked. Again, not knocking him because I like History Debunked. But he coughed in the middle of, you know, when History Debunked says hello again, and he coughed. He said hello, hello again. I was like, "Well, edit that out," but he left it in. And it works, but I think maybe it's that more organic. You know what? To be honest with you, it's that in a world of AI, it's just natural. You know, maybe it's just because everyone's so used to just now seeing Keir Starmer riding a rocket ship, you know, whilst also riding a skateboard, and everything's just AI. So maybe it's that human nature. Some people have accused me of being AI before, which yeah, that hurt. No, nothing hurts. I'm all good. Check out Asmongold. Yeah, I know of him. Long ginger hair, isn't it? Let me see what his live streams are. Is he more Twitch or I'm guessing? Okay, yeah, I'll check him out. Hello from Missouri. Oh man, I wish I could come over for a drink. Couple beers in Missouri. Don't even care what time it is. It'll be like, it's 2 p.m. clown. Couple beers at 2 p.m. Never at no one. Sign this at lunchtime. Fair play. Ahead of his time. Collabs with other YouTubers. Yeah. I'm usually quite vocal on Twitter. I think I've probably said correct things about every single creator in the right ring sphere. So I don't know. I just don't really need everyone's just. I find everyone on Twitter, it's a case of like, I don't know how to say this in a YouTube friendly way, but everyone is just like gagging on everyone else. And it's just, I don't know, I just kind of find it a bit weird. So I'm not really like the GB News lot and everyone, like, it's just, I don't know how to describe it without bringing up loads of tweets, but it's like the king with no clothes. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is amazing. You were like, well, last week you said it was terrible. I don't know. I find my competition are just a bit, I don't know. Really don't. You know, they're more interested in Iranian flags on the streets of London. And yeah. I know you guys ain't gonna see me with an Iranian flag. Yeah. But no, so I will take that on board. I will start making longer videos. I think it's a very important point, to be fair, to make longer videos. I like Andy, the Gabby Cabby, and Paz. Paz is good. They're two real nice, good, organic people. Chili John Carney as well. He's just 10 out of 10. He really is. He's 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go down there one day and film a video with Chili John Carney. In fact, I'm not even. I think it's Essex. I'm not quite sure. Or I'm not quite sure. But I need to find out where Chili John Carney is, and I'm gonna go see him, and in a nice way. And yeah, gonna do a video with him. That'll be epic. When am I gonna learn spaghetti? It's how people understand some foreign languages really is crazy. It really is. Some of the languages that we've seen, they do look like spaghetti. Yeah, 5 to 6 minutes. Yeah, I think that's a good length for a video. To be fair, 5-6 minutes. I'm a 2 times speeder, and yeah, like I'll watch things in 2 times speed, and yeah, I just sort of think that I could probably do it 5-6 minutes and just sort of cover a few more points. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe it's just something as simple as maybe just doing a stopwatch. I'd kind of just go until they reach a natural feel because there's no script or anything like that. So yeah, but maybe if I don't have a cold tomorrow, I'm gonna get an 8-minute video out, and I'm not gonna put ads on it. How do I send you this government document? I'm guessing Blood Nose has got an email or something. If anyone wants to send me anything ever, whether it's a meme or some secret government documents that neither of us should have, Twitter's usually the best way. Angry Bootneck, he's good. He's in America at the. I'll go out there for a couple beers, but yeah, no, Bootneck's good. He's. I know that he's Paz approved, and Paz has my trust. So if he's Paz approved, he's clown approved. Only 2 minutes. Oh God, come on now. Come on now. I'll have him go until 4 in the morning. Best way to watch a Starmer. I thought of something the other day. It's like Keir Starmer. Even Keir Starmer sounds like he's doing an impression of Keir Starmer. He really. I don't like Andrew. Is it Andrew Lawrence? I mean, I do like him. I think it's quite sort of low level content, but his accent of Keir Starmer is pretty dead on. To be fair, sounds like a Dalek. Yeah, he's got a weird accent. But yeah, Dan from British Dan seems good. He seems good. Absolute workhorse, to be fair. He uses an AI voice copy in some of his videos, which I do find quite annoying because technically I could do that. I could I can do it in the editing software that I use at the moment. Just like you upload a couple minutes of audio, and then you can basically type in a script and it will say it in your voice. And you can tell when him from British Dan does it, because it just doesn't sound as authentic. And like sometimes you put a little bit more emphasis on it and things like that. And I think when you have that artistic control, I don't use a lot of AI, to be fair. I think sort of what, like if I go through my ChatGPT, what have I sort of used it for? Is a lot of it is like just document analysis and stuff. Nothing like isn't really a great deal of AI that you would see physically on the channel. A lot of it is, some analysis. Yeah, things like thumbnail suggestions, things like that, but I never really take them. I tried to find out how much silver there was in a Tesla. Yeah, there isn't really anything AI that you would necessarily see on the channel. I do use it, but it's more sort of like back end stuff. But people like Darren Grimes will quite literally just tweet an AI, just balls to the wall AI text, which I really don't like. We want English immigrants in America, not what we're currently getting. Yeah, I mean, I'm here, I'm here, born here, an Islander here, America's a cool place. When I was a kid, I'd like to move out there, but I don't know. For me, it would be quite hypocritical for me as a commentator to then flee the scene. I'm not one for fleeing the scene. Spain would be nice, but I ain't fleeing the scene on you guys. One of your videos had clips from my hometown. I was in shock. I thought you was going around filming them yourself. About 90% of them are. 90% of the clips that you see are ones that I filmed. I find that's the best way to do it. What town was it? And I'll be able to say if it was. I went to an abandoned. I thought I was gonna get ended the other day. I was in an abandoned. It's basically it's just like an old gypsy site, and I have never. I saw it on Google Maps, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I found a YouTube video of it. No, it was the other way around. I saw a YouTube video of it, and then I found it on Google Maps. And it was, I have never seen so much litter, so much fly tipping in my entire life. And as I was there filming, I heard the wheels of a van in on the wet tarmac, and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" Gypsy John's turned up, and I've got my 600 quid camera on. It could have been there then. Could have been. I did. It was a while ago. It was with work. When was it? I think it was summer last year. I managed to convince work, and it was at the same time there was a protest, but it didn't amount to anything. So it could have been. But yeah. So anyway, so the wheels of the van was turning up, and I saw someone get out, and I was just like ducking around the corner, about 100 feet away. And after about 15 minutes, they left. But I was like, "Oh man, yeah." I wouldn't want to be, because it was a proper place to get ended, you know. Yeah, it was quite a scene. It was quite a scene. But I got some crazy footage from there. I've never seen fly tipping like it before. Yeah, I wonder what towns I did. I did spend quite a few, because I like going there because it's central. You know, White Van Dan. Yeah, White Van Dan turned up. Yeah, no, I like going to those areas because it's central. You know, you get sort of a bit of everything. Yeah, so I do like going to that. That's probably where I'll keep most of the filming. To be fair, will be those sort of central areas like the Birminghams, the Londons, the Manchesters, places like that. Plus, it's just fuck. Almost swore. Almost swore. It's very windy around the coast. So yeah. Fun fact about me: I will swear left, right, and center. I'll say words. Even you guys might say you can't say those words, clown. We left those words in the 1950s, is what you'll say, and I'll say nope. I'm bringing them back. Yeah, and I find it really difficult to not swear on the videos and on the live streams. It's not easy at all. Does it, once it stops, does it go work its way through? That's real tough if it just stops. Swear jar. I don't know. Some of the memes that I send my kids, I might have to get them a swear jar soon, to be fair. That I can confirm they know all of the words. They know all of the words. My son likes to say the word vinegar. And I say, "Son, I know what you're doing there." Oh, I know what you're doing. He'll say, "Dad, I just said vinegar." I say, "Son, it's close." I swear on most of my videos. Yeah, one for me, I know that my dad watches, and my dad is very much not a swearer. If my dad when we were kids, right? When we were kids, if my dad swore, because something's gone wrong, you know. If he wasn't swearing, you could be rest assured that it was all calm and collected. But if my dad whipped out a swear word, we knew that it was something had happened. He would save it for the special occasions, and boy, he did. And my dad watches, and I just sort of, plus I do it in normal life, but I don't know. I'm a bit too try and be cautious. You know, I'm going for longevity. Yeah, I'm going for the longevity. Go for the Shakespearean insults. He has not so much brain as earwax. Oh man, yeah, getting insulted by someone from like the 1600s would be rough. Yeah. He hath not a cow to put in his farm for pasture. You'd be like, mate, I didn't even know what that means. That made me chuckle. I'm probably going to wind it down here. We made it to the hour, and I didn't swear. Didn't cause a scene. Didn't embarrass anyone. You know. So yeah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all joining. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'm sure you guys already are subscribed. As we speak. Hopefully this petition does well. This is something like it really should be. They must be making a mint out of all of these transcriptions. Keep the live count going. Nah, you know what? I'm 90% sure I'm gonna get a cold. So what I might try and do is try and record one last video that's going to be over 5 to 6 minutes long before I wake up tomorrow sounding like this, which nobody wants to hear. So I think I'll probably spend, if I do have a cold, I'll spend the next sort of 2 or 3 days just researching and filming and stuff. But yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you turning up and arriving and supporting the channel. That's all I'm after. Just your eyes and ears. And thank you very much for watching, and thank you for subscribing.